Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Well, you may have just noticed from that little teaser at the beginning I had a bit of a bad day today. Last day of February today, the 28th of February, and I was determined to get out because trying to make sure I get at least one paddle in every month. It's a thing in Sweden, they call it a Harry year or a Harry paddle. I'm not quite sure actually. It basically means you get to paddle every single month. Anyway, besides the point, it was a nice day and I wanted to get out. I was going to Flamborough to go paddle with some seals, but that went wrong because I either missed my alarm clock or it didn't ring off, one or the other. Either way, I'd got up a bit later, so I decided to go to the River Hull. Now, I am posting this, right, one for new paddlers, just so you can see, even if you've been paddling a long time, things happen, right? So, don't panic, do what you have to do, things happen. But two, I want to do it as a safety video because if I'd have been wearing the wrong gear today, I could have been in a lot of trouble. Right? Because I ended up in the water twice. Yeah, you'll like that. The second one's almost funny. Ended up in the water twice. Okay then, I won't get on with waffle anymore, right? But how it all came about, actually, how it all came about is I'd got in the boat, I'd literally just got going, maybe whatever, 5 minutes, just got going, but my dry suit was uncomfortable. I was a bit twisted, I was a bit this, I was a bit that. So I'll put a picture up or something. But I pulled into the shore, right? Not far from where I'd launched from, but pulled into the shore, got out, and I was just sort of like adjusting my dry suit. And I'd got talking, but that doesn't matter. I turned the camera off anyway. And about 10 minutes later, I thought, right, let's get going again. Got my dry suit sorted, let's get going again. And I went to get into the boat, and at exactly the same spot as where I'd got out, so God knows, but I just stood on the side of the bank and woof, straight down. And at that point, me being me, I reached, I'm in the water flapping about, I reached, turn the camera on. You have to catch it on camera, don't you, when silly things like that happen. And that's where I'm going to start it from. Just as I turn the camera back on. And I'll do a little jump shot in between because there's a couple of bits where I'm basically just sat there getting my breath back. But I'll come back at the end. I'll warn you right now, I apologise, there's some bad language in this one. Alright, so parents, if you don't want the kids to hear the F word and I think the B word, alright, don't let them watch this. Okay then, right, take a look at what happened. And so bloody annoying. I'll come back. Roll VT. Fuck. That is fucking steep there. Well, I've literally got going 10 minutes ago, and I stopped to adjust my dry soak because it was rolled up a bit. That's why I got out. And what I didn't see is that massive drop. And as you could see when I actually got out, not too bad. Went to get back in and there was a big drop. Thinking about it, it'd probably been easier to push the boat out into the river and get back into the boat rather than climbing on there. The worst thing is, because I'd got out to adjust my dry suit, when I was getting back in I forgot to fasten the relief zip right up, so now water's got in. Shit. So that's the end of my day. So I've got cold water in my dry suit around my boots. Luckily this side of me, I'm fine, I'm warm enough. Apart from my feet are getting cold now and my knees, because water got in. Because I didn't fasten my relief zip all the way up. That's a hell of a drop. Now I have to find a safe place to get back in and get back. I may pull the boat up and do the slide down. That's probably the safest bet. In fact, yeah, that's the safest bet. Now, I'd stopped to adjust my dry suit because I had it a bit tight around my legs, so I stopped, I got out, no problem, I sorted it out, went to get back in and I just sunk. That was when I turned the camera on. I thought if I'm going to drown I want it on camera, but the biggest problem is when I got out the kayak the first time I forgot to fasten my relief zip all the way up and water got in. Bugger. Right, but it wasn't too bad. Right, and that's why the second time, right, must be a huge hole there. You can't see it, it just looks like grass. It was the grass that just vanished below me, like a sinkhole type thing. And I went to stand in it and it just phew. And to be honest, I did not think I was going to get back out again. I mean, thinking about it, as I said, it would have been easier for me to actually push the boat into the river and do a re-entry into the boat rather than trying to scramble up there. But at the same time, maybe not, because I hadn't sealed my thingy properly, my relief zip. A load of water had gushed in and I was heavy. I'm still heavy now in the legs, but I can't do nothing about it until I take the entire dry suit off. Doing the zip, completely my fault. If I'd have done the zip properly, we'd be back on the way again now, paddling. That though, that was just one of them things. And in a way I kinda like it when, I wish it had been summer, but I kinda like it when things like this happen, because it does show new paddlers, right? You have to wear the right gear. Okay, I made a mistake, my legs are wet and a bit cold, right? But not too bad because I've got thermals on and waterproofs on underneath, so it's not the end of the world. I just feel about 20 stone heavier. But no, you see paddlers without the gear on this time of year. Now, the sun's quite nice today, but if I'd have just had shorts and a t-shirt, or just a t-shirt, that water's cold, believe me, my hands were cold trying to get myself out again. But that's why you have to wear the right gear. And I'll tell you something else, people that don't wear PDFs, right, life jackets, are crazy. I would have gone under then. My life jacket kept me up. That was my life jacket there. I don't know how deep that is, but I would have to hazard a guess. Well, I couldn't get my feet on the floor, right, because I tried to grab the boat and push from the bottom at one point, which you shouldn't really do, but that's a different story. But I couldn't even feel the bottom, so it's a good 8 foot deep. And it was actually my life jacket, that's why my life jacket's all soaked. It was my life jacket that actually kept me out the water, which gave me a chance to clamber on shore. But to be honest, I really didn't think I was going to manage it. It must be all the extra training I've been doing. Oh, I wanted to tell you about that, but I'll tell you what, we're going to do a jump shot now, straight back to my house. Right, because I have to take this gear off, and I haven't, to tell you, I've got a change of clothes, but I haven't got a change of paddling clothes. If I'd have had my wetsuit with me in the car, I'd have took this gear off, put my wetsuit on and started again. But no. Oh well. That was hard. I can't wait to see that back actually, because that was hard. Come on. Oh, that day. Funny thing is, I was meant to be at Flamborough today. Set me alarm for 6 AM. Either it didn't ring off or I didn't hear the bloody thing. So I thought I'd come here. That actually shocked me at how deep that drop was. Because when I got out, I just got out, stood on the side and got out. Well, when I was getting back in, when all this happened, I feel my legs getting cold now because of that water getting in. Yeah, the thing is, surprised me because it looked like solid ground, and then boom, I was gone, as you could see. Right, anyway, I'll catch you back at home. Well, there you go then. Got a bit wet, and it was the end of the paddle for me. So annoying. I'll mention two things. I'm not going to waffle at the end of this video. I'm just going to mention two things, right? Just so you get exactly what happened. When I stopped and I got out to adjust my dry suit and everything, I'd actually undone my relief zip a bit. Basically, while I was getting air out and messing about with my dry suit, and I'd forgot to fasten it all the way up properly. And the first time when I slid in, when I turned the camera on, that was when water just gushed in. And at that point, I was screwed basically. There was already water in. And then that second part where I slid in, it looked more firmer, a little bit firm. That's why I went with my leg just to test it, see how firm it was, but gone, as you saw in the video. But yeah, so by that point there was water inside my dry suit, right down. Yeah, I had all my thermals on and everything, so it wasn't the end of the world. But got back to the car. I had to take everything off and put a change of clothes on. But as I also said in the video, I didn't have a change of paddling clothes. I had these sort of clothes to change into. But if I'd have had, I don't know, spare dry suit or my wetsuit with me or something, I'd have swapped into that and then continued the day basically. But I didn't. I only had a change of warm clothes. So it was a case of that was the end for me. All my wet gear off, dried down, warm gear on. But yeah, there you go. So the bottom line is for newer paddlers and even more advanced paddlers who I've seen who don't say, wear the right gear. Always wear a life jacket. Always. Because as you notice, as you could see in that second one, the water was right up. Right, and it was the life jacket keeping me afloat while I was scrambling up the bloody bank. But also, the zip was undone, water got in, my legs were cold. But the rest of me, I mean, I was fine. Right, if that zip was fastened, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'd still be paddling. You get me? Right. Well, at this time, I'd have finished by now. But you have to wear the right gear. If I'd have just had a pair of shorts on and a t-shirt, right, I would have been freezing. My chest, everything, my entire body would have been like ice because the water was very, very cold. I mean, when it was first inside round my legs, I could feel how cold it was. Right, but luckily, because of my big thermal suit on, I had underneath my dry suit, it sort of sucks up the water, then your body starts to warm your water up, if that makes sense. You know what I mean. So wear the right gear, please. Wear the right gear. But yeah, so I'm going to leave this one here. I just thought I'd share, give you all a laugh, and hopefully, I know it sounds not condescending, it sounds a bit arrogant, but hopefully educate some newer paddlers to make sure they understand things can happen. I was fine. I stopped at the bank. I got out the bank. No problem. I did what I had to do. I was getting back in. Gone. And then the second time, right, well, I thought, oh, that looks a bit more firmer over there. I'll just try that with my foot. Gone. That quick. So please, please, please wear the right gear. And always know how to do a re-entry into your boat, because if I couldn't get back up, I would have had to push my boat out and do a re-entry to get back into my boat, which actually would have been a hell of a lot easier than scrambling up the bloody muddy bank. Even though it didn't look like it took much, it was digging my nails into the grass and the mud and pulling. So try and learn a re-entry to get back into your boat as well, in case you can't get out. Okay, then I'm going to leave this one here. Hope you liked it. Bit of fun. And it still counts as a paddle because I might have only paddled 30 yards that way. It's still a paddle. It's still a February paddle. So it still counts. Okay then, I'm going to leave this one here and say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a good laugh at my expense. And yeah, I could do with cheering up now.
Do the happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. Do the happy dance, happy dance.
I did not mean that way, Patrick. Okay then, paddlers. I've been dying to slip that in again somewhere, and I didn't expect it to be so easy. Okay then, I'll catch you later. Cheers.